Shebang! Welcome back to this episode of the Inexorables. Last session, we wrapped up combat that we'd been stuck in the last two. Hold on, I'm logging in here on Forge. But the last two sessions, we came out relatively unscathed, except for the fact that my brother, Sakir, unfortunately succumbed to the powers of his blade, which we later discovered quite a lot of things about. Go ahead and watch the previous episode to find out more. Either way, like and subscribe as always. Leave a comment down below on what your favorite quote is from Lennon saying, that causes Lennon to say, why? Either way, we did almost have some losses, but the dice were in our favor. We ended up killing and finishing off the Viscounts of both fear and anger, and have captured Sentol, which we are about to jump into the interrogations of. Other than that, we broke the ritual table. We touched back with Lycus, who is urging us to reconvene with them back at the Coliseum. Is that what we called it? Hippodrome. That was the word I was looking for. Back at the Hippodrome, so we can make our final game plans to push towards the big boys and hopefully save Yvonne.
You're not going to talk about how Rekis almost killed two of his party members?
You mean
that was really funny. It almost happened because it was a choice that I almost made as a player. But upon seeing the fact that I critical hit, I chose not to do that. Let's just say it was the equivalent of Kamehameha or Freyren's Zoltrak laser beam from my gun that unfortunately rolled 136 damage. So if they failed their dex saves, Lennon and Sakir and Sentol would have all been absolutely dead.
Straight up space racer laser gun.
Just, they would have been very dead. It was a really nice crit, but it did kill the Viscount of fear, Viscount of anger.
Yes, it did kill.
Thank goodness I chose not to do a perforating shot. Crazy powerful first level spell, by the way.
Stupid. That is a stupid spell.
I mean, it's also
absolutely
not official
stupid.
WotC material.
It is
So now you
official WotC material, but still.
So now you need to give it to Editar.
He is not a spellcaster.
Just give him a magic item.
Wait, he is?
Yeah, he's alright.
Editar's a spellcaster? Oh, what? I thought he...
Yeah.
Edmund's a ranger. Yeah, Edmund can take it.
Editaric.
Editaric cannot. He's just a gunslinger.
Just to give him a magic gun that does that. It can cast that spell once per day. That too.
Would actually be insane. Alright, so we begin as Leo and Rikus. You both standing over the semi-unconscious body of Centaur. He has been... Spare the Dying was cast on him. It seemed to have no effect, however.
No, yeah, because he's undead.
Because he is undead.
Well, undead now.
Well, how do we bring him to 1 HP? Just stabilize him?
Well, either A, healing magic works, or B, we need to do necrotic damage. I have, like...
I mean, would a healer's kit work on him?
It probably would.
Yes, it would.
I very quickly wave Lennon over.
We very conveniently did this right before Lennon split off to go interrogate Sakir, because that's what
we
they're
did
doing
very
right now.
conveniently do this.
You don't want to look over at the other side of the room to see what's happening yet. There's a very odd tango with a knife right now.
Yeah, very conveniently did this before Lennon walked away, where Lennon did do a medicine kit on him, realizing that Spare the Dying was not really having much of an effect. So, I give a little pat on the face there. Well,
Okay.
pleasure
He
seeing
does
you here again.
immediately Kind of.
Pleasure seeing you here again. Or you again.
Yes.
Can't particularly say the same.
Yes, a few
neither
things
of
have
us.
happened since then.
But neither of us are in the mood for pleasantries, and we're on a timer. So let's say you get three no's. You want to answer everything we're about to ask you?
Anything I can.
Yes.
Bolster his gun. Well, glad you're being pliable. Where's Yvonne?
In the Undercity. With
Oh,
Quentin
Anything more specific?
and Varys. They're not hard to find once you get down underneath.
Center of the Undercity, I'm assuming.
All roads lead to the same place down there.
I guess we haven't really been down there yet. Where would the nearest entrance be there from there, you say?
Well, from here, strategically placed, we're pretty equidistant between each of the three entrances.
I'm assuming the Hippodrome being one of them at least.
Yes.
Okay. Now onto the. I do want to ask a few things here. You just say you would answer what you could, and
Yes, you can say he said that Vicious was down with Yvonne, correct?
Varys.
Varys.
Varys. Fuck,
And
I always
Quentar.
mix up those names. But important question: is the Quentar down there? So
Yes,
is
he
the
did say.
Quentar down there?
He did say that.
Yes.
Okay.
As well.
Other important question: what about the third brother?
Kind of looks up at you for a moment, and you see his eyes almost like glaze over for a moment, looking up at you, before he kind of dreamily looks back over towards Rikus and says, "Sadly, I can only divulge so much about the third brother.
Yeah.
I can tell you he's not down there."
Well, that's good to know. Okay, next question. I recall during our last bouts together with Vicious that you were the prized jewel of Varys being the one who was human. Or should I say, not turned.
I wasn't the only one, but me and
Yes,
Amicia
but-
were the two most valuable members, that is for certain.
Yes. Apologies on Jarmesia, things got carried out of hand, I would say,
I
at
don't
least.
believe that's genuine. If we're going to be honest here, Rikus, ask me to be honest, at least be honest yourself.
Okay, I will be honest.
He's got a point, but you should stop being smart. In case you've forgotten, you're the one
I
tied up.
don't care. I'm already dead.
Yes. Anyways. You are correct. I carry very little remorse for what happened to Jarmesia. I had no idea really who she was or what weight she carried with Varys or anything else like that. I have come to know a lot more, and I will say that I feel at least a little bit sorry.
I sincerely doubt he'll
For
accept
Varys.
any form of apology. Oh, fair enough.
Oh, no, not at all. I would just feel bad killing you and having him left with nothing if he survives all of this. That being said, You had chosen not to turn, and yet you are turned.
What the fuck do you think happened, Rikus?
Well, obviously someone else turned you. Are you at least able to divulge that?
The one I cannot speak of.
The brother. Shit.
By the orders of his father, of course. He doesn't do anything without Daddy's decisions.
No.
Speaking of Father Dearest, whenever we killed Vicious, we needed a certain ring to capture his soul. If we were to go downstairs, kill the Quentar, how do we know we don't need the same thing? Remind me, did we get the ring from Sentinel? I need to look at his loot. There was no ring on him.
There was.
Wait, no, that was Vicious and Angros. Yeah.
No, I got. Well, we took a ring off of
Did you take
Sentinel.
a ring off of Sentinel?
Sentinel had a scimitar ring and bow specifically.
Yes. He had a ring of mind shielding on him.
All right. Well, we don't know that yet, so I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
put that down.
Well, I can assume we can pull up the ring and ask, would this do the trick?
Oh, certainly not. That's to protect against charming and any other form of mental manipulation outside of the one from my progenitor. In fact, that would be useful against Quentar.
Well, that's good to know.
We probably need to attune to it, though. Well,
Yes, you would.
Varus, what state is Varus in besides angry? He had mentioned he had very little, well, this is paraphrasing much, but he had very little control over his own doings going forward due to all of the events of the Red Rising massacre, so his father seems to have taken control of all operations, so
Well, let me think how best to put it. How about psychotic break? Have you ever interacted with a man whose mind has shattered on its own?
yes,
Survived
actually.
Thousands upon thousands of years in torment and torture, and came out only for it to be broken then.
Maybe not that many years, but I have seen quite a few mad fellows in my time. I do come from the Shadowfell, my friend. It's nothing but madness down there.
Different form of madness. Kaseri brings something out of people. I think you haven't interacted with enough sapient beings from there to understand it yet.
I'd have a
I'd
point.
say that's about
but,
right.
If he...
Any other
Has
useful
had it.
information you can give us? Sorry.
That's not how this works. I
Well,
cannot
if-
come on.
divulge what I do not know you wish to know. You
If
must ask.
Varus has had a psychotic break, and I assume, judging by your tone, that he hasn't recovered.
I
or
don't
at least
think there
recovered
is
as
a
much as one
recovery,
can.
Leopold.
Yes, I assume he very well hates Rikus, along with the gestures to myself and the other two who are currently doing the knife interrogation. Hates Rikus and the rest of us, probably more than he hates Quentar.
Oh, his hatred for his father is special indeed, but I believe Rikus has brought something even greater out from the depths of his black soul. If there is such
That
a thing
is
left of him.
unfortunate.
Rikus, you will be intensely lucky to survive.
I'm intensely lucky that I've survived this far, anyways.
Your brother, however, will be kept alive.
I figured as much. He's nothing if not a bag of surprises these days.
I didn't expect him to go mad and attack me.
I don't think any of us did.
The knife has control over him.
What do you know about that knife? It was your boss that gave it to us, after all.
I remember a very particularly interesting evening sitting there in that inn. It was strange. He was excited to give it away.
Well, I think we have a very good idea why. I take it you probably don't have another one of those fancy rings somewhere that you used to trap Varys' soul? Or Vicious' soul?
No. Simply exposing the cloud of their mist form to direct sunlight and radiance will oftentimes do the trick, but it can be a little bit more complicated without a way to trap their body as it leaves. One's soul as a vampire lord is a very tricky thing to manipulate. There's only so much of it left.
Well, we're not going to be the ones doing the manipulating, so I suppose we'll be putting our faith in the third party on that front.
Do you believe that there's, well, anything that could possibly snap Varys out of his psychosis?
The death of
You've
his
traveled
father-
with him along? I believe that's pretty fair. And I'm assuming that while his father lives, he can't quite really do much to his father.
Oh, nothing at all.
And, I was hoping that we might be able to use Varys against Quentar.
Well, we might if we can get Quentar first.
Well, if we get Quentar first and he's already dead, Varys isn't going to do much against him.
Listen here, bud. You're the last one that I know of from Varys' troop that's still hanging on by something. It's unfortunate that you got turned by his brother, but if we were to kill Quentar, is there any feasible chance that the brother could be talked to by a Varys to bring you back?
The
No.
other one
Okay.
will only follow his father's direction.
And
I
if his
doubt he
father's
will-
dead,
If you somehow are able to win this conflict on the surface, his death will be my only freedom.
okay.
That's exactly what we're going to try and do. Well, not that specifically, we're going to kill Quentar.
I can't say how much.
But I'm
Well,
assuming
I'll say-
though that Varys would be rather upset if you are dead
I don't
beyond
know if he
what you
did.
already are.
Once
I don't know.
I really thought he would, not but a week ago, but now I'm not certain.
Oh.
Well, he's kind of in a state of how did you put it?
Psychotic break.
Psychotic break. Yes. Thank you.
I wonder what I could blame that upon.
Oh, believe
I have
me,
no I
I
have
have
no
been blaming
idea.
Rikus for all of our problems for the past few weeks now, but that is neither here nor there. I do still have a few questions you could answer. So they're going to be Varys and Quentar down in the Undercity. Who else do they have guarding them?
Oh, many. Some of Quentar's
That's-
creations you have not yet seen. There is at least one psychic hound patrolling the tunnels that will wait until a combat ensues, for certain. He seems like almost delirious in this moment. Like, he's lost in thought, but he's still giving some form of answer, but it's very monotone.
Any others down there?
A dozen to be sacrificed.
Is Yvonne among them?
Yes, what did you think she was there for?
To torture me specifically, though I suppose two birds with one stone. Now, what exactly can Varys and Quentard do? I know that the third brother's supposed to be some sort of spellcaster, but not certain about Varys and Quentard.
Anything. Combined everything you could imagine.
I'm gonna, like, he's getting delirious by this point. I'm gonna
Yes.
try and slap some sense into him, and by slap, I mean pistol whip some sense into him.
Okay.
Clock him across the forehead.
You clock him across the forehead. His eyes kind of narrow at you a little bit, and you see he kind of curls his lips into a sneer, looking up at you.
It was this or holy water. I figured this would be the better option.
You were lucky I had other directives, or you would have been my target.
Why me? After all, I'm not the one who killed your boss's girlfriend.
I cared not for Charlicia.
So again, why me?
There's a multitude of reasons, because no one else does it.
You could say that about everyone in our group. Nobody of your party cared to kill Lennon or Wayne.
No. In every conflict I have known this party to engage in, it seems that you are almost always untouched.
Oh no, this is the DM.
Perhaps
DM is part of a good.
You hide away.
Sorry. Well, maybe it's because my most effective tools, hold up the gun, are at range. Or do you want to get shot so you can see how it feels?
Do it then. End my torment. Finish it. They're going to
I
kill you
will-
on as soon as you get down there. You know that, right?
I'm going to take my gun, put it into his thigh, and shoot.
As you shoot,
Bro.
he immediately goes unconscious.
It doesn't. Medkit doesn't give a lot of health, man.
I know. If I want to save him, I could. You could also spare the dying again.
It doesn't work
Doesn't
on him.
work.
He's undead.
Oh, right, shit.
He's undead.
Come on!
Well, I think we've gleaned everything we could since it's now been wrapped up
I really
in
want
a
to
nice
know
little
more
bow
about...
tie. So,
I would have liked to know more about Varys and Quenta, but
well, unfortunately, kind of
You shot him.
jumped the gun. No, you jumped the gun on that one. So,
at that point, do you really think he would have told me anything before I clocked him across the forehead?
no idea because
He was getting delirious.
The,
He told me they did everything and nothing. Besides, I think I showed her a large amount of restraint.
You hear Vax from behind you, kind of. I do not believe restraint is the best word to use for this scenario, Leopold.
As soon as he told me where Yvonne was, I was tempted to shoot him in the head.
He is possessed
fact that
by
we
a
end-
greater power. You would kill a man unable to control his own will.
He certainly had enough will to insult me.
He wishes for
yeah, I
The Raven Queen does
I
not
turned
want
to-
those who wish for her embrace. It is not his time yet.
I turned
If
to
it's not his time yet,
Vax.
then you can heal him.
I turned to Vax, pointing a finger at him, and goes, "Well, hey, you can at least be my alibi. I did try to see what it would take to get this guy back to in full control. So, but that seems kind of outside of our realm at the moment, given that, well, the one who is in control of him is not where we're going. So, It might be for another time. But I think you're correct, Vax. I don't quite think it's his time. So, I think we just leave him here tied up. He's on death's door, but I'm sure he'll make it, given that he's already dead.
If we're going
Let's
to
go.
we're going to not finish the job ourselves, as points to Vax. Evidently, he seems to believe we're at least going to take him with us. I don't want him to break out and cause further problems for us.
I can carry him to the hippodrome if so needed.
There we go.
Now up. Does Lynn show up?
And I mean, I assume you probably walked over when you heard the gunshot, and you just didn't interrupt the conversation.
Yeah, I'll let you boys wrap that conversation up. Over there with the boy with the demon knife.
Boy with a spooky knife.
So, we jump back over to the other group as Lennon, you hear a gunshot from the other side of the room.
What the fuck? I thought they were Alright. Wayne, keep a hand on this knife. Try and help Sakir talk him through this. I'm gonna try and get Leopold and figure out why the hell they're shooting Sentinel. Kind
Is
of.
Leopold alright?
it's-
He doesn't have a demon in his gun, does he?
Well, we'll see. At this
no,
point,
it's an entirely different character.
at this point, we'll have to find out. Anyways,
Look,
Lynn walked
I
over.
realize Leo has a lot of similarities with Percy, but that was not my intent when making it.
Percy, as
I'm glad you
in
got it.
Wayne's protege.
No, as in
Yeah,
Critical
from
Role.
Critical Role. Yeah.
Leopold,
Anyway,
what the heck?
Okay,
What in
so
the hell
as
are you
go
doing?
over there,
Sentinel
I
asked
thought
me to shoot him.
Yeah. Do you want to follow? Do you want to do Wayne's thing, or should Lennon?
we're
See.
sticking with Wayne and Secure for
Okay. Alright.
But Sentinel
I have a
did ask me to
contract.
shoot him.
It's Wayne and Secure's scene right now.
I have a contract and I was calling for Leopold for it, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Yes, you
Yep.
were. So, Lennon, I guess we will go over here as you
Okay.
walk over to the body.
What the hell? I thought you were interrogating. Whatever. I'll
We
pat.
did, and we learned quite a lot, but did ask me to shoot him. Well, it was more of a, what, are you going to shoot me? But same difference.
I don't think that's how that. Okay. Whatever. There's a
He
problem.
should be happy I didn't shoot him in the head, but what?
I'm gonna have to patch him up, Leopold.
Vax already
There's-
said he would.
I imagine there's still things we can ask him, and you jumped the gun, quite literally.
Vax standing there beside you saying,
That's what I
"None of
said.
my healing will work, but I will carry him where needed."
Right. I'll figure something out. Anyways, there's a problem with Secure, and he needs somebody to help him through a contract, apparently.
Contract?
It's-
probably my specialty, but
It's
I can see what I can do.
it's complicated, and no offense, Mr. Vaxilius, it might be best to feign ignorance on this one, for everyone's sakes.
Kind of looks oddly at you and says, "I sincerely was not worried until you mentioned that."
It's complicated. Long story short, it has to deal with the very specific magical knife we were given by the vampires.
Ah,
Varus specifically.
items of possession.
Yes, quite. Anyways,
If you need me to cleanse the blade, just let me know.
it is an option. It is an option.
Is
Either
it
way,
though?
It's out of my expertise. I'm more of a physical practitioner. I can't really deal with issues of the soul and spirit.
I
But-
will stay with the wounded one and help Lennon.
Yep.
Leopold, Rikus, you may go.
Just for context, Lynn would like to try and heal up Sentinel, wake him back up, and ask him a few more things.
Okay.
Because,
I'm gonna have you roll a medicine check, and we'll get back to you here in a minute.
yepers.
So I walk over to
I'm
Secure
giving
with,
myself guidance on this, by the
Wayne
way.
shows the knife. So I hear you have an issue with the contract. Who are you even making some sort of contract with?
24.
The Lich and his
You want to
stick.
know right now? Yes.
A lich?
That is why I'm
Right.
worried. That is why I'm worried.
That is a very valid cause for concern. That maybe this isn't the best thing to ask, but can I speak with the lich if I hold on to the knife, or is he only talking through you?
Do you want to speak to the Lich through that? But
Well, it's easy if we aren't working through any intermediaries.
I touch the knife. I have attuned to it, and because I have, and specifically tried to wake it up, I am now bonded to it, and he can hear literally everything I think. So, if you would like to risk putting yourself out there and trying to talk to the knife as well, that is up to you.
Can you ask the knife if it could do that?
Do you trust the knife?
Well, if it tells me it could speak to me if I touched it, I'd at least touch it.
All right, Zach, talk to the Lich.
You hear faintly as they go quiet a slight humming in the background, almost as if he's humming to himself in your mind. Are we finally ready to speak? My lawyers will talk with your lawyers type shit.
Expect the lich
What's a
to say
lawyer?
type shit.
Oh,
And then never
Avila
mind.
had a more intriguing justice system than now, I see.
I guess so. I am needing to have you communicate with my friend here. He is much more learned in the
Yes,
um,
yes. I can
contracts
communicate
and
with him if need be. Why can't we just get this over with? I've made you a promise.
Yes, no, you didn't make me a promise, you made me a contract. And contracts are different than promises in that they're usually made in such a way that one side benefits more than the other if they are smarter. And so if we're on the same playing field, it is much more fair. So I'm having my friend here look at that contract because I'm smart enough to know I'm not smarter than you.
Well, at least that's one thing about you we can confirm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So can you can talk to my friend here if he were to touch the dagger?
If you so wish. However, the dagger, as its magical properties, he may feel a draw to it. That is not from my power. I understand you and
All right.
yours have not interacted with a phylactery before.
Phylactery. Ah, yes, I've done some research on those.
Not enough, clearly.
No, because that's not what I am, and so it didn't matter. But never mind. And I'm gonna relay to Leopold and say that he says that there is a power outside his control that may make you drawn to the knife if you are to touch it. So, if you think you can resist that, then that is a one-way communication line that you can take. Otherwise, I'm here to translate anything you want to say.
You see Leo really considering it, but he does eventually decide against it. No, he'll serve as an intermediary. So, what has he given you for the terms of this contract?
Do you want to read that back?
Which I'll say
It's
I
just a couple
already
lines
have
down.
it copied. It is,
Okay.
I swear by my life and death, by my will and yours, I shall not possess your strength nor control your soul, lest you give leave, until the being Quentar or Varus are killed.
Mhm. One thing I noticed is I don't understand when it says or when it could say and.
Quentar and Varus implies we're killing both. Quentar or Varus means we only have to kill one, and then he could possess you. Without
Exactly. What are your thoughts on this, Lich?
Well, from what I understand, you and your party are not entirely sure whether you're going to kill Varus or not yet. By swearing and, I would then be swearing myself to an undetermined amount of time. As if you choose so to not kill Varus by the end of it, I would be locked into a poor exchange on my end.
You were the one who was saying contracts and how one party can get the better of them. Sakia. Although I assume
True.
you're acting as translator because I just realized I wouldn't be able to know that in character.
He's
Well,
translating
I'm
in real
just-
time.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just play like this. Hmm.
Well,
Okay, so we can't do or. I don't really want to do or, and we can't do and.
there's another
We could
potential
say
loophole
and.
I'm worried about. If
Well, I have
hold
an
on.
idea. What if we do and then give an additional
Condition?
condition of
Well,
a month or a few months?
months is a long time.
If he slips away, I want time to kill him. And month cannot possibly be a long time for you. Let's be real. You've waited much longer.
Oh yes, I have. I have indeed. I've waited millennia. But there's no reason to delay even longer than necessary. I am a simple being at this time, Sakir. If anything, I wish to stay with you. I feel drawn to this thing inside you. I can tell you don't know what it is. I can tell
I told you I don't.
believe it to be a devil. I'm
It
not
is.
so certain. Maybe something
By all the
close.
knowledge in our libraries of the prime material plane, I am certain. All of my research and everything that I'm doing to prevent it from. Never mind.
Well,
There are many
I'll say there's
things of fiendish nature, progenitors of their kind. In fact, I think I know what's inside of you.
At some point here, Leopold, I get a little more fuzzy when I start repeating things he's saying, so it's starting to become a conversation between us. So, if you want to headbutt in, then
I'll
Then
just
be
give you a
incredibly-
little light, tap on the cheek. Can we get back on track, yes, Sakia?
so. Yes, sorry.
As
More
riveting as
talk.
I'm sure whatever conversation you're having is. There's
I will
another
allow for an
worrying
extension of
loophole.
2 weeks past this moon cycle.
And a condition, and then a condition of 2 weeks.
Yes.
That seems
Quentar
fair
and
enough
Varus
for me.
in the condition of 2 weeks, lest I may be open to attempts at control, but I don't think I will. It was... Imagine being a child growing up. Rambunctious, one could say. Impractical with their decisions. You fed me some very, very, very tasty meals today, and I grew up very, very quickly.
I was looking for an ally more than whatever you are.
We could be allies. What makes you think we couldn't be allies, Sakir?
Because you murdered hundreds, thousands to achieve the position you're now in. Isn't that right, Leopold? What text did you read growing up about liches? Because they don't seem to be very likable characters.
I'm hardly an expert on lich, even less so than contracts, but
Oh, no
I don't think
fool.
everybody's ever written a tale of a good lich. I assume you relate the only 4?
At
Yes,
least
it
to
says
become what I
there's
am.
only 4.
And surely they were innocent. They have to be. Lest my
Regardless-
soul not be used to the dark, negative energy of the planes. But sacrifices must be made. And there can only be so much judgment without knowledge.
As interesting as I'm sure your past is, but Knife, we might be wasting time here. So back to the contract. I'm worried about a potential loophole. If Sakir were to give you leave to possess his body during our battle with Quentar and Vicious, and if one of them would then die, there's nothing saying that you have to give up control. You could have a free in, so to speak.
You hear him. Well, how do you want to solve that? Riddle me this with your magic words. Repeat what you wish me to say, and I will decide whether I repeat it.
This is why I had my loiter.
That's illegal in the city of Avalar. I understand you are peasants of the days, but
I am hardly a peasant.
You know how rich his family is?
No, I thought Wayne was the richest. Well, maybe.
I definitely was. I don't know that I still am after I just blew all that money on spells and other stuff.
as there's this lull for a moment, Sakir, you hear in your mind, your companion is very interesting.
Which companion? You need to be more
Beautiful one.
specific.
You hear the Lich say, I smell divine magic upon him. Yet the divine is not what gives him strength.
Thank you for your input.
I just thought I'd point it out. It's quite intriguing to me.
It's also intriguing to me how widespread your senses are. You're giving me a range here. How far is Wayne from me?
Wayne's about 10 feet from you at this moment.
Okay. We know for sure that we can see things within 10 feet away of me.
You hear in your mind, I can smell a little bit farther, but it smells just like blood. That's it.
Well, you don't need to smell very far away to get back.
Regardless, has your friend decided yet? I thought he would be quicker than this.
Leo, does this
Sorry.
sound?
I had just finished typing this up, and I'm posting it in the Inexorables chat.
Oh, I see it.
Those fair terms.
Un momento.
Sounds like we need to get a fair and reasonable man in here to review this contract.
I know it would kind of undercut the moment, but it'd be really funny if either Thomas or Jade had the second Better Call Saul opening riff.
Ah, for the soundboard?
Yes.
Alright, give me a second.
The Anadeus side story during the time skip is just them doing contract stuff for the Lich.
They open a demonic lawyer shop.
Yeah. Is that what Timur's trying to do? Is he trying to open demonic lawyer
maybe.
shenanigans? Secure Anadeus, Ace Attorney.
There it is. There it is.
Who got that? Nice. I don't know, should I add it to the soundboard?
See Zach typing.
I simply wish to add the detail of today's conflict. In such a scenario where Quentar and Orveris escape, new rules should be discovered before a secondary conflict. So simply adding anything until the being Quentar and Varys are killed in today's conflict, or 2 weeks have passed. Should I possess you in fighting Varys and Quentar in today's conflict, I shall relinquish control upon the escape or death of both Quentar and or Varys in today's conflict. While possessing secure during this time, I will not harm my host or his allies. And adding the or in that back part, because you had I shall relinquish that control upon the death or escape of both Quentar and Varys. And or Quentar and Varys is a more specific way to note that.
Okay.
Separating
yeah.
the two of them into separate entities.
Yeah, that's fair. I figured it was covered under the death escape part, but that makes sense.
Look, we're being lawyers here, okay?
we are indeed being lawyers here, and I just realized something I wish I'd done. I wish I would have dropped the during this time in the last sentence, but unfortunately I only now realized it, and I can't really take it out. That would have been really fucking clever, and I wish I'd noticed it, but...
If you'd done what?
I could have...
While possessing secure during this time, during the 2-week period that is noted, if you give leave, he said, during this time, I will not harm my host or allies.
Yeah.
I definitely would have caught that if you put it in there. But
it would have been a worthy attempt,
It
though.
would have been a worthy attempt. Regardless, he repeats these few addendums. Do you guys agree to the addendums?
I mean, I personally think this looks good. Does the rest of the party have any ifs, ands, or buts?
I'm partially worried about the upon escape or death of both Quentar and or Varys. That kind of leaves it up to interpretation of, say Varys escapes, Quentar's still alive. He could just be like, cool, pack's done.
Well,
But
at least I don't quite know how we
That
put
is
this
regarding
in
the
like
possession
wording.
of secure if he relinquishes control.
Well, I'll say the like mental image of the wording in the contract in my head is that, you know, essentially one of them can die and one of them can escape, or like both of them can die, but at the very least, we're making sure one of them dies.
I just want to make sure that the Lich, in the middle of combat, say one escape, like Varys escapes. Let's say we somehow manage to convince Varys to just dip. He does in the middle of combat. He's like, "All right, cool, conditions done." I just want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Which is very fair. DM Zach, would the wording we have cover that possibility?
Like, we are still in combat.
So my 8th grade reading level does not fuck both of us here.
Because I'll say I was under the impression that it did cover that, but you know, demonic contracts want to make sure wording is a-okay.
Yeah, once we're done, I'm just going to copy the whole thing and give it to AI and ask it to
Shall
find loopholes.
relinquish that control upon the escape.
Don't use AI, motherfucker. Use your brain.
Use your natural
AI,
intelligence.
you have a lich in your head.
Use your natural intelligence.
I shall relinquish that control.
Lich GPT.
Lich GPT.
Instead of feeding it electricity and water, you feed it souls.
In fact, actually, his change of
Much
and
cheaper.
or, I think, is a benefit to you guys. So that sentence as a whole, should I possess you in fighting Quentar and Varys in today's conflict, I shall relinquish that control upon the escape or death of both Quentar and or Varys, covering both their death and their escape for both targets. So both beings are covered that he will relinquish the control upon either one or both's death or escape.
So the case of Varys dipping mid-fight would then be valid in the second wording?
That would mean that effectively, if you so wanted him to, he would relinquish control at Varys' escape before Quentar's death, if that was so wished.
Okay. Then
As one of the conditions have been met.
Okay. Other than
I'll
that's
say,
fine.
I don't necessarily think that's something we want, though, because...
No. It gives
like-
Secure the option
gives
to
you an
say
option.
no,
Well-
you stay tagged in, or no, tag out. So it gives
no,
Secure another out.
If he says no tag out, I don't think the clause is like re-triggered, if that makes sense.
Ooh.
Because at least the impression I get is that the clause is only triggered once. So let me let me make an edit here.
Do you want to pluralize being to beings so that it's obvious that it's talking about the beings Quentar and Varys rather than the being that doesn't exist called Quentar and Varys?
We can indent that.
Rekus and
Okay, what about that? I shall relinquish control upon the escape or death of Quentar and the escape or death of Varys in today's conflict. Which I guess both would have to have the in today's conflict writer.
Yeah. As this is repeated, the Lich kind of sighs and says, "Are we done playing with literature today? You're the ones who are on the clock."
I think this is good.
Yes, and also I will state very plainly for the record, as I do my best to try to be, intimidating, pressing my gun towards the knife. Yvonne is considered an ally.
Fair enough. I know little of this Yvonne. The knife's state was that of an infant last we saw this being. Regardless, likelihood of him losing his control is low. However, note to you, Sakir, I can aid in your bloodlust if you so wish. Stop it from hindering your decision-making in the heat of fights. An offer to consider. I swear by my life and death, by my will and yours, I shall not possess your strength nor control your soul, lest you give me leave, until the being Quentar and Varys are killed in today's conflict, or 2 weeks have passed. Should I possess you in fighting the beings Quentar and Varys in today's conflict, I shall relinquish that control upon the death or escape of Quentar in today's conflict and the death or escape of Varys in today's conflict. While possessing Sakir during this time, I will not harm Sakir, my host, or his allies. Do you agree?
I agree to
these
your
terms?
terms.
Good.
Yes. Lennon, this is really hurting my sternum. Do you think that you could take this spot off?
What? I'm across the room.
Lennon!
One moment.
Good.
I will.
Oh, that's normal.
I will note to you as well, Sakir, as our bond has been completed at this point, the further this dagger leaves in proximity to your body, the weaker you will become. Hence why you would not wake when it was in another plane.
Understood. We can manage that later. for I'm sure that you don't want to have to coexist with me for the time being, just as I don't want to coexist with you.
I am quite ecstatic of this arrangement.
You should be. After all, with any luck, you're about to get fed on a very powerful vampire soul, too.
Valid. And
We could have a lot of.
you will note it's also not part of my contract to actually give that to you, so that'll be fun if the time being comes. I'm not exactly.
If you use me to defeat them, the dagger will absorb it.
You're acting like this is a cost you weren't prepared to pay.
I am simply giving the details.
I'm, telling that to Sakir.
Yes.
With all of that, Reich is walking up to the rest of the group over there with his ear up for his walkie-talkie, having some sort of exchange with Lycus, saying that we're on the move. Yes, I'm sorry for the delays. All right, gents, you'll have to all fill me in on what the hell is going on over here later. Would you release my brother for just whatever you were keeping him tied up for? We gotta hit the road,
Let me know.
boys.
Right, guess I bonded to another very powerful being. We can talk about it later.
You see Vax with
I-
Sentinel on his shoulder behind Rikus say, "That dagger radiates dark energy. You should
You're telling me.
get rid of it once this encounter is finished. It is very useful, though."
Don't tell me when you do it.
Well, brother, I hope we get the chance to. Well, brother, I hope we get the chance to discuss all this once this is over. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Oh,
With
no.
that-
And say, "So you want to catch up now, you dumb fuck? We're about to die!"
We have to. No,
They're about to
honest-
die. They're not gonna have any time in the future.
Honestly, Edmund, they've had like multiple chances to catch up with each other, and they just
We've been back
refuse
together
to.
for nearly 2 months.
Multiple times right before they were
I
about to
almost
die.
died to get you two
We've-
back together.
We've been
That's not
busy.
exactly true, but
Thank you very much. Have you noticed?
We've had
okay,
plenty of time
listen.
Brendan
traveling.
half the
Frankly-
time. He says,
All right,
as he's,
can
like,
everyone
walking
just
out the
can it?
building.
Can everyone just can it? Edmund, I'm going to need you to scout ahead. Sakir, I recommend you go with him, just in case he
I am
does
on a
get into
wall.
combat.
Oh yeah, I have to undo
Did
that.
you not
1
release
minute.
him?
No,
No one's released me.
I've been medicaling Sentinel after he got shot.
You didn't have the medical
Fault is
sentinel.
that? Sentinels.
By the way,
Anyways, can I
picked
get more
up-
info from
who picked up Sentinel's bow?
me?
Lineage?
I have all of Sentinel's
It's in
stuff
his it's in his bag of holding.
in my
I was
bag.
just making sure Rikus never touched it.
Lennon, did you take me down in that sentence, or was that just you saying that you haven't done it yet, and I am still on a wall?
No, you're
I
still
have
on a
not
wall.
undone you yet.
Please
Thanks.
undo
Still
him
on
real
this
quick.
wall. Hold on. Did I get anything from Sentinel?
Oh, that's right. I need to roll myself a check over here.
I rolled a 24 on my
24.
med check.
You are able to, like, somewhat groggily get him to consciousness again during their conversation with the contract. But he's kind of slurring his words a little bit.
Okay.
Slurring
his
alright,
words.
well, we'll keep you alive at least for now, Sentinel.
All right.
I could not care less.
Listen, somebody has to care about you. And it's gonna be me.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Me too. Honestly, past 2 months have been kind of crazy. Either way, I'll try and I'll throw some like ropes over him so he doesn't burn up in the sun. Ask Vax to pick him up and then walk over. Oh, good, you didn't shoot Sakir this time. As Sakir
didn't
is
ask to be shot.
as Lennon undoes his staff.
Kia wasn't asking to be shot. Wasn't smarting off.
Yes, and I'd
Not
rather
half
you.
the reason we're in this mess.
Honestly, you blame somebody about smarting off. We all do that here. We can't really blame it if other people do it to us.
Can you please
Well, we don't do
untie
it when
my
we're
brother?
tied up,
He
being
is.
interrogated.
Oh, he's untied? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, I turn to Sakir now, finishing my sentence. Sakir, I need you to join with Edmund real quick on the scout ahead, in case he does come across anything. We'll be just behind you.
He's literally on the verge of death. I
All right,
guess.
Mr.
Or,
Souffle,
no, he
come
got.
along.
Actually, no, he got healed up.
No, we all healed up, buddy.
All right.
So Edmund will begin
All
leading
right.
you down the handful of floors to the base level, scouting out ahead of the rest of the party.
As we all gather up, well, as soon as Sakir gets out of earshot, I turn to the rest of the party and we'll walk as we talk.
I don't have a rocky. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah. I
Oh,
know.
yeah, this is correct. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Lynn will kind of pass his Rocky over to Vegas. You might want to hold on to this.
Cool. Gentlemen, I think it goes without saying that the likelihood of my survival is slimmer than most. And while I'm probably just as concerned about this dagger situation as the rest of you are with Sakir, I do know that the other things possessing him are probably of equal concern. But I believe there are a few things that I do need to at least inform the rest of you of, in case I do pass, because, well,
We
it's
will
all
burn-
about Sakir.
Don't worry, we will burn your diary in baby's backpack if you die.
Thanks. Thank you, I think.
Yeah.
Regardless, and I'm also making sure that the champion of the Raven Queen himself is present with us as well, and all of that. Yeah, lads, I haven't quite really gone into Sakir and I's storied history together,
Now that I'm
as
gone.
well as our time in the Shadowfell, and I believe that there's some key information that might be of use to, well, everyone. And in the event that I do not, hopefully, not make it out of the day, I want each of you to dedicate yourselves to fixing whatever the hell is going on with my brother.
Well, let me get Edmund in on this conversation, too. Turns on Rocky Talkie.
As you say, let me get Edmund in on the conversation. Is like, Edmund is well informed. He knows more than anyone here of what my family entailed and everything. Going back all the way to the first thoughts I could remember, he and I have spent many a time in the silent nights, cresting over the hills to talk about these things. You all, on the other hand, I've only known you for almost a few months now, but I trust each of you with this information beyond my life. So, something, obviously, you know that we are beings from the Shadowfell. What you don't know is that we come from a very particular tribe called the San Gazna tribe, or the Threefold House. They're very powerful and very feared. They're one of the last tribes, which I know of, to claim to practice the ancient rites of the Raven Queen. With their histories dating back far beyond that of any written history of this realm. They possess and protect the knowledge of the ancient rituals that book of rituals that I had shown you all prior being one of them. As I'm sure the champion knows, one of those rituals were performed, and I did inform the rest of you that a ritual was performed. It's highly forbidden, even among any of the Shadowfell, but strictly forbidden among even my tribe. Our 3 founding houses, our line dates back to the Matron of Raven's descent into the Shadowfell. Or so it is written in stone. In the Son Lufane, or in the common tongue, Dark Blood. Gaz Venoth, or Blight Reaper, and Anadeus, or, as you all know, Shade Hollow. These 3 founding families carried this knowledge for millennia. Through rites of trials and strength, each of these houses would choose a war chief, and in times of need, a chieftain would rise among them. As I know, our last war chief and chieftain was our father, Umbrax Anadeus. Our mother was the bride prize of our father, Celeste Lariuna of the San Lariuna tribe, daughter of their chieftain and the mystic priestess. Her powers as a mystic were welcomed among the circle of sages of our tribe, and she was given authority over the tribe's sacred texts. She and Secure were very close as he grew up. I, being the firstborn, unfortunately, and the bloodline heir of the chieftain himself, had been groomed since birth to succeed my father as the house's war chief. Secure was kind of just left to run amok and be taken under the wing of our mother. Secure is very knowledgeable of many of the sacred rites. I'm sure he could recite many of the prayers in his sleep. But I digress. I'm going far into our history, but it is important to know who our mother and father is. Every millennia in the Shadowfell, there's something known as the Jubilee War, a war that breaks out among the entirety of the Shadowfell. Every tribe, every nation, every creature and being are involved in this conflict. Secure was only 1 at the time when our father took off to battle, and 14 years later, unfortunately, our father did pass. Secure was only 11 at the time. He hardly knew our father. But there's something very important that you all must know. Our tribe deals with a lot of cursed blood. Our blood has been cursed since before I could really recall. I didn't really pay attention much during those classes, but our clan specialized in blood hunters and those who could wield their blood in cursed ways. Secure, while I was the firstborn and chosen as heir and successor to the war chief, Secure inherited our father's blood curse. It's an extremely powerful blood curse, especially if left unchecked. It's extremely resilient, and I'm sure it's more than bonded with his abilities beyond that, and his knowledge thereof of the sacred rites. I'd have to assume that the thing that is already fused with his soul already, that fiendish thing, he had to achieve it somehow via these sacred rites. I'd have to believe, at least. But again, I know very little, but I'm only giving you the information I have. The only other issue there is the reason that Sakir and I escaped to the prime material plane. Our tribe would often barter able warriors with neighboring tribes in forms of trade. I was traded, one could say, through a betrothal rite with the Shak Takara tribe. My wife, Lyria Takara, the daughter of their chieftain, and my daughter, Rena Takara Nadeus, among them. The Shak Takara were, at the time, warring very heavily with the Hak-Tra Ka tribe, very barbaric, savage tribe compared to the civilized nature of the Shak Takara. Quite crude in my opinion, but they had employed my tribe for a blood hunter of their own, given that they had me. Sakir was next on the chopping block, and he had been selected to be betrothed to the Hak. Guys, I'm sorry. These names, I'm working with it. The Hak-Tra Ka tribe. One, in an effort not to have to face my own brother in a petty war between a civilized nation and a barbaric savage. That was the last bit that really pushed me over the edge, but the thing about the betrothal rite is the first two that are born of this marriage are taken back into my tribe, the Sangazna, and ridiculously trained from adolescence in their blood curses to bring about more warriors. It's one of the ways that we invite new blood into our tribe. It's quite an emotionally painful process for those who care about their offspring, and fortunately for me, my tribe had not yet found out about the fact that I had sired a daughter. So with the help of my brother-in-law, we faked our deaths and escaped. I would assume that my tribe is, well, who knows how they are, but given the fact that I performed the blood ritual that would ping everyone in my family and of my bloodline, they now know that I am at least alive. I assume they would know that Sakir is, so you may have to deal with them in the future. But if you need to seek some aid from the Shadowfell, you may be able to find some. Sakir is an extremely unique individual.
Aw.
And even he didn't fully understand or know everything that went into the betrothal process. And the fact that he doesn't even know that we would have warred against each other. And I just could not bring that of myself to do that. The tribe we come from is extremely dark. I wouldn't say evil, but I would say misguided. We escaped for a reason. But for someone who knows the sacred text as well as my brother does, I'd be amazed if even half of his soul is left. Two months ago, when we all came together as a team and I came across my brother for the very first time, I hardly even recognized him. It has taken some time to open back up to him. But family is very important to me, and I would ask each and every one of you. Vexilius, I know you have your own duties, but he is of the Raven Queen, whether he still believes it or not. So, just please do this for me, if no one else. I know that's a lot to ask for, given this whole situation is because of me, which I have come to terms with, I think. I've at least come to terms with the fact.
My purpose.
I've at least come to sorry.
Motherfucker.
Sorry.
Say your piece!
Okay. I've at least come to terms with the fact that I will die, if not today, sometime soon. And while I don't have all the answers, I hope some of the things that I've gleaned for you will help give you insight into just what you're dealing with when it comes to his blood and his soul. It is extremely unique.
Secure is, from what I can tell now, beyond even what you have informed us of. The things that fight for possession of him are worrying to me, and I believe beyond my power. But the matron can solve all problems if he so come to her for.
I kind of give a worrying look back towards Wayne.
Talk about him. We're not going to talk about him.
If my senses are right, over 20,000 have already died today. Let us make it so that it is no more than that.
Agreed.
Let's make it 20,001.
They are all
Two.
Well-
Ideally, we'd be killing Varus.
Well- Well, Ruckus, if we make it out today, looks like your next job is to take Secure to church. Anyways, we won't talk about the other thing that's happened. We'll talk about that after the day's over. But you believe that there's only one thing.
I do in response to that, Lyndon. I do go. And I love you, brother, but unfortunately, I don't think that's your church. And I point to Wayne.
But
It is, though.
say before we get done with this thing, Leo is going to approach Rikus and do a basically forearm shake, because looks at Rikus and says, "I owe you a lot, Rikus. You might be the reason why we're in this mess, but I'm the reason why we're in your mess. If you die today, I'll do whatever I can to take care of Secure." Do forearm shake and go into a hug.
Sure, I'll embrace you lightly.
Yeah. And as we are hugging, Leo will whisper into Rikus' ear, "Theobald still has some letters if I die today."
Understood. And with the final note, he'll turn to everyone and say, as I've said to all of you before, Sakir and I have already forsaken our first clan. You are all our new clan, and I will be damned if it gets forsaken. Let's go save one of our own.
Nice.
That's what I like to hear.
Wait, does this mean we'll have Shadowfell hunters as strong as you and Sakir coming after us now?
A problem for
I
another
sure
day.
do hope. I sure do hope that that's a day that none of you have to see. Let's just put it plainly.
As you guys make your way down, Sakir, you and Edmund leading forward the charge a few minutes ahead of the rest of the party. Edmund kind of looks over to you and says, I bet they're having a heart-to-heart right now.
Rikus? Absolutely not.
Maybe a tip-to-tip.
More likely.
I'll say.
Wayne's there, yeah?
Yes, I believe so. Also, this centaur fellow, I know nothing about him. Is there history between him and Rikus or something? They seem to be very, very intent over there. Them and Leopold.
Well, it's not known by many. But they were lovers once.
There's what? You cut out my end.
But they were lovers once.
I was say, is that Rakus and Sentinel or me and Sentinel?
Or the three of them.
Oh, Rikus. Oh, yes.
No, yeah, we were in a polycule, that's what it was. We were in a gay
They were in a
polycule.
polycube.
I don't think you know what that means. Right, well, kind of looks over at you and says, are you going to be able to keep control of yourself today?
The contract that we made with the dagger seems right. I'm taking my medication, so to speak. So the other one doesn't have any say either.
Well, if things start
If I don't
going
harass them,
bad-
I do feel that everything should be fine.
Well, if things start going bad, I think you should break everything that you hold dear and let whatever that was out. It was terrifying, but it didn't seem to want to hurt any of us. With how you were moving, I feel like you could take Varys on yourself.
Can I roll insight? That doesn't seem right. He's wanting me to let go of what's in the dagger?
He's saying if things are going bad.
Yeah. If things are going badly, like in the combat, he's saying to let go of
Yes.
the thing in the dagger. And let it take control as. Well. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. I have
Hope so
considered
as
that.
well.
But
But we must be willing to use any means at our disposal. This is greater than any one of us.
agreed.
And really,
I was
No,
kidding about
Rikus.
lovers.
Anyway, we
No, just in general everyday life. If it seems like you're losing control, just let the knife take over, and it'll handle everything for you. It'll take
probably
care of your
cause more
taxes.
problems.
bro just
You won't like me when
blacks
I'm a
out, wakes up
witch.
in a blood-smeared room.
It's like,
Oh my god.
Sakir, again. It's the second time this
Look,
week.
it was only 2 infants and 2 virgins. Okay, it's fine.
I know we have to
I mean,
replace the
hey,
blood barrel.
those were
but come
probably the same
on.
thing. So it probably only killed 2 people, not 4.
I know we have to replenish the
I
blood
don't
barrel.
think they
every
were the
week,
same
Sakir,
thing.
but
Yeah, either way, my audio's been a little bit choppy, so I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect real quick.
Okay, cool.
that knife will do anything to get the blood barrel refilled.
Okay, I will have you guys. I don't feel the need for you guys to roll me a stealth check, as the direction you're heading in is pretty well cleared at this moment. Especially considering you guys took a extra long period of time in the city hall to finish up with the central interrogation and talking with the dagger. By the time you guys are arriving back at the Hippodrome, the vast majority of the forces seem to have spread to the outskirts of the area around the Hippodrome, the markets and squares nearby, kind of holding a perimeter rather than just holding the inside of the dome. As was when you were here last scouting, there's that massive hole in the center of it with the stage right above it. There is blood everywhere. There already was blood everywhere, but it seems the blood being drawn from the nearby aqueducts was being piloted by the sorcerers who were on the stage. And now that they are no longer doing so, blood is just freely pouring out from the aqueducts nearby and just guzzling out onto the Hippodrome floor. But they're no longer being guided into what seem like pipes or underground aqueducts of their own leading into the Undercity. So some blood might be going that direction, but not to the same extent that it was before. So, as you guys approach, you see a handful of people still around. You see, currently in the center stage, what appears to be like a projection of a map. Also, another thing to note as you guys are getting here, the dark clouds have finally turned into a soft pitter-patter of rain. And the dreary skies, as you look up, there's lightning inside of the clouds. But regardless, as you guys kind of walk up, you see Lycus, Avathar, Stolius, and a couple of the other casters. I believe it was Harel, Harriet, and Onorus, or not Onorus. Why am I forgetting name all of a sudden? Karis Underground, my apologies. This group of sorcerers and wizards are kind of looking around the area, deciding where they're going to be deploying people as you guys are walking up. The first to kind of notice you enter is Stolius, and he kind of nods to you and kind of beckons you to join the ring around this hologram. It seems that they are going to be sending pretty much the vast majority of what is left of the Iridian guardsmen into the Manors district, along with Editaric, and, well, about half of the members from the Iridian Guard, whose captain at this point, Jairus Flint, has fallen in battle. In fact, I might actually have a list of stuff. So, these are the fallen thus far. Jefferson Stone and one of his other Sapphire guards.
No. I was really hoping he lived.
Both Mifflin and Bernard of the Away team both fell in combat.
No.
No!
Multiple clerics of town. Sephi Layum, the head professor of abjuration at the Academy of Dusk. 11 more of the Vox's barbarians. Jairus Flint, the head of the Iridian Guard. A full squad of the Topus Lareves died, along with 72 of the Iridian Guardsmen.
Damn. Nice though.
I mean, that's less than 100 casualties. Considering we probably did way more. But I believe I got all of the names except for the two away team guys.
Bernard and Mifflin.
It was. Who was after? So it's Jefferson Stone, Mifflin, and Bernard. Layum something?
Selfie, Seth, yeah.
Selfie Layum?
Sephi.
No L, just Sephi. Sephi Layum. That's
Of the academy.
Professor of Abjuration.
Yeah.
That is someone that you would know quite closely.
Yeah.
Lebanon.
Yeah. 11 barbarians, Jarrus Splint of the Iridium Guard, 1 squad of Topaz Levades, and then what was the other one?
A couple clerics of Helm. And then 72 of the Iridian Guard.
Hmm,
As
that's still
you
quite a
guys
bit.
are approaching, they seem to be discussing the recon. As noted, it seems that the Hippodrome was the most guarded of the 3 locations, but the other 2 are still very heavily guarded, and they don't feel like they wish to hit both at the same time so that reinforcements from either below or from the patrols of the city cannot try to fortify the positions even greater. Kavar and Jensen, the 2 dwarves, have laid explosives along the training grounds underneath it, as there are multiple areas underneath it that they were able to get to. So most of the rest of the Vox, along with the wizards of the Academy of Dusk and some other members of other parties, will be making their way to the training grounds, while the rest of the Iridian forces, along with Avatar Aparium and Lyria Auren, Liam Nasus, the rest of the Topaz Laraves, and Karis Undervale will be heading to the manors to attempt to disrupt whatever they can up there.
I'll say we will make sure to inform them that at one of those 2 locations is the 3rd brother, and he is a very powerful spellcaster. Sadly, we don't know which, but we know he's at one of them.
So as you guys are entering in, they seem to be finishing up their kind of assignments, and Lycus kind of turns to you all and says, I cannot offer you much aid, but I do believe it would be best if you started making your way into the Undercity. We need to know what's going on down there. We don't know how long this ritual is. It could be going off any minute. We don't know. This storm seems to be progressing along quite swiftly. I'm not certain that it's entirely connected to it, but I would not be surprised.
Well, we know that the Quentar and Varus are down there. So at the very least, you all won't be dealing with any of them.
Well, that at least is good to hear.
Yes.
I can offer you 1 or 2 extra hands. Do you wish for them?
Of course.
Absolutely.
And I assume we'll probably have a small in-character debate that we won't go through before picking Stolius and Teemer.
Yes.
I disagree.
I would almost actually say that both of them immediately volunteer for it.
That also works.
On top of
That would make sense on both.
I'll nudge Edmund.
Lycus
Yeah.
probably is like, these are the handful of people I can give you, and Stolius would immediately volunteer, as he wants round 2 with Varus, and Timur would probably step up and say, I would wish to follow the Shade Hollows into the deep, if at all possible.
And that one's into me.
I don't know about into you.
Oh no, you didn't hear him. I'm talking to Edmund in the corner.
Nah,
I was
he's got
nudging him with
hearing
Stolius
up
and
to
being like, I
60
told you
feet.
so.
No. Regardless, he is going to also kind of step forward and just say, I believe I can be of an assistance. I also have certain abilities that may help against the vampire.
Oh, speaking of vampires, Lycus, we also captured one of Varus's top aides.
Ah, yes,
Yeah,
I can see. Why is the champion of the Raven Queen carrying a prisoner into our base of operations?
Well, honestly, none of us
I
are
was
really
going-
strong enough to carry
Well-
him.
I was thinking about shooting him, but he disagreed.
There's information we can get off of him. Like, for example, how
Well,
he's
he
been-
may not be. Yeah.
like how, for example, he was turned by the third brother and not actually Varys, meaning that there's information we can glean off of the third brother potentially.
Well,
Or the fact that he's not bound by Varys means that we
He's
can
also
get information from them on them.
he's also the last known person that had held any form of importance to Varys, and
you wish.
I don't know what I want to do with that information yet.
All right. Well,
You are more than welcome to keep him knocked out, however.
I may attempt to break into his mind and see what he was unable to tell you, but I can't guarantee much. There is one thing I can give you, however. Rikus, he is going to beckon you to come a little closer.
Hmm.
He's going to say, this will likely take a few weeks off my life, but who cares? And he is going to begin a short set of verbal and somatic castings of a spell. And he is going to just tap your forehead. And as he does, you feel a sense of clarity come over you. He has cast the spell Mind Blank on you. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch has immunity to psychic damage and the charmed condition. The target is also unaffected by anything that would sense its emotions or alignment, read its thoughts, or magically detect its location. No spell can gather information about the target, observe it remotely, or control its mind for the next 24 hours.
So, his mind's the same as it was, to be clear.
Let it be known I had advantage to avoid or end the charmed condition, but now I'm immune. You want to just snippet that spell description or something and just
You can
put it in
look
the
up Mind
chat?
Blank.
Ooh.
I have to look it
Yeah, I
up.
could do it, but why would I do that for you?
Do it yourself.
I'm doing it right now.
Hold on. Holy crap, that's a high level spell.
That is the
Who's
highest
cast
level
that again?
spell he can still cast.
Who cast that again?
Lycus.
Lycus.
How dare he? He wasted it.
On Rikus of all people.
Why would he cast it on you? That's redundant.
I didn't ask
We
for a
need-
cast
we-
on me. I just mean there's a high level spell.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Stolius knows something we don't, and the Quantar is about to ass fuck us with a bunch of psychic damage.
Maybe.
Well, it's more the immune to the charmed condition that we're going for, as
That
it's
is
already
also
known
very good.
That Varys, at least alone, is very, very capable of charming people.
If
And,
Varys
Yeah,
wants
that's the
to
first thing he did.
he better contend with the two other people who are
Well,
also trying to
No,
I will say,
Say-
charming is the first thing he did, and the first thing he did was charm Sakir.
The first thing
Yep.
he did was bring in a bunch of fog for Aura.
Very.
Yeah, he was aura farming.
True.
Mhm.
This is true.
Varys did it before it was cool.
That would explain all the fog.
Yeah, we're gonna go down into the sewers, and it's just gonna be fog. We're gonna be able to see nothing.
Immune to
So-
psychic.
Aren't you guys so excited for combat to begin? And some random fucker to throw an ever-smoking bottle into the middle of the battlefield?
Yes.
You know, we should have one of
No,
those, actually.
I'm going to. Well, no, mine got destroyed.
Yeah. Well, we have smoke grenades. Rikus?
We do indeed, but it's not my ever smoking bottle, and I will be suing Varys for it, provided he survives.
Oh, don't we have to... No, should... We had to sue... Pilat, and he's dead, so... We
Well,
can't?
yeah, but Varys is the boss of Palat, so.
And Quintar is the boss of Varys. So
well, I assume this ends with Quentar dead and Varys maybe not dead.
But there's the third brother as well, so that means we have to sue we sue
Well,
the
ideally,
Qualms.
the third brother dies as
No,
well.
we sue the Qualms because that's the organization rather than the person.
Fair, and they might have money. As
Anyways,
most of the
DM,
other
we would like to enact legal action against the Qualms for the price of one ever smoking bottle, please.
So, do you guys have any more questions or dialogue you wish to partake in before delving into the depths?
No. Let's do it.
No, when you got any?
I tell Lycus, don't die.
Like it says, if we're to be entirely honest, I think you're more likely to die today than I am.
Okay, well, you know,
Well, to be fair,
I think that's been made very clear by everyone we've encountered today.
it's surprising how many people have said your name, and we've had to fight them.
Well, the only one who's said my name and we haven't had to fight yet happens to be this giant man standing next to me.
True.
Congratulations, Vax. You're the only one that doesn't want to kill me that yelled my name today.
Vax says, I guess so. I'm the only one here trying to keep you alive, it seems.
Looks at the rest of my party.
I think
I'd say so.
Listen, man, I'm trying to keep secure in that.
Just looking at him as a porcupine with like 50 arrows in his chest.
and I turned to the rest of my party and goes, I'd say so, but I got
I
a
gave him a
damn
bunch
good
of
cleric.
healing.
I mean, priest. I mean,
Paladin.
preacher.
As you guys all are here, like is to say, is there anyone who is not feeling tip-top shape? We have a few more clerics of Helm who are tapping people up as they go out on their missions.
How are we defining tip-top shape? Because I'm sure we could all use a few more spell slots, but I don't think we have the time for that.
Health.
I think we should all be topped up.
What about death
I
rolls?
need-
topped up.
I need
Not
some more
necessarily for
help.
me, but
Sadly,
also
believe those are all
want
You want what, Wayne?
I need some health, and I want to attune to one of them +3s.
Well, it takes a short rest to do that, and I don't think we got one of those.
Actually,
we did have a short rest.
Yeah, doesn't that count?
Well,
Nah.
does that count for the?
So you had the short
Benefits
rest.
of a short rest.
You had the benefits of the short rest. That is true.
I did it.
Wayne didn't though. Somebody had.
Everyone did,
Oh.
but Wayne.
I'm gonna say
Leopold
I
has
do
catnap.
have the spell catnap. I would just really prefer to keep a third level slot because that is my last one.
That does mean Linen gets to attune to the +3.
Well, no, I relinquished the rights to that loot to Wayne, so unless he gives me
No,
one,
there's 2 of them.
Were there?
Yeah, no,
There's
I-
two
both
of
of
them.
them are
One of
yours.
them's for you.
yeah, both of them are yours unless you give me one.
He doesn't have a need for.
If he wants to sell
You
it.
can stack that shit, by the way. You could just
Yeah.
bump yourself by +6/+6.
Linen specifically said, I relinquished the loot to the Viscount of Fear to Wayne, so
Alright.
it's Wayne's choice if he gives me one or not.
Leopold, roll me a luck check.
I should
Leopold.
probably do
I
this on
don't have
roll
the
20.
attunement slots to
If
do
my
so.
roll 20 will fucking load, Jesus Christ.
You're in Forge?
I
Because
don't
I
know why.
either
Roll
get
20
rid
has
of
been
the
really
amulet
there
of
for my
health
20.
and go to like
Forge has been really
8
fucking slow
con.
today. I'm just gonna roll this on D&D Beyond. I have a +1.
or lose the staff of defense that I just got and go
14.
back to like an
Okay.
8.
You rolled a 13.
There's
What
someone
number?
here
AC.
who does have the cat
+1.
spell.
Neat.
So is anybody else wanting a catnap?
Let me look at the stuff I'm currently attuned to. Hold on.
I could swap out the +1 blood vial to a +3 if you give me it, Wayne, but that's
Look at
up to
this,
you.
hold on.
Yeah, I'll give you one because I don't have space for it.
Alright, I'm swapping it out then.
Okay, so Lennon, Wayne.
Say, I might want to let me.
Okay. I'm probably
but-
going to say
Texas
Timur is going to be
Infusion.
the other guy who gets it, because he will get his spell slots back, which he has
Blood
used.
Vial +3.
By all means.
So we'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah. So I have a signet ring that I have an artificer infusion on, but it can only be used once per day, and at least I think I've already used it. I have admittedly not entirely the most certain on the tracking, but I'm pretty sure I used it. So I will unattune from that, and I will attune to the Ring of Mind Shielding. So I believe
We
that
don't-
should mean that I also can't be charmed.
Do we know if that's a ring of mind shielding? Because we haven't identified
We
it.
were
We haven't, but
Well-
Centol insinuated that it would be useful.
Okay.
Yeah, Centol said it basically
Alright.
described it
So
as
are you guys
a ring
using
of
the
mind
last
shielding.
catnap? Because it's only 3 people. Check this.
Well, okay, looking at admittedly this is the Legacy Ring of Mind Shielding. It doesn't technically say that I'm immune to charm.
It
Well,
does, so you're not
what's this,
immune
the
to it.
2024
I give
version
I
say?
give advantage. What does the 2024 version say?
I technically have room for another item if someone
God,
wants to give it.
wireless is being my fucking internet is being dog shit today.
Because Zach, I
Um,
assume it has not been dawn yet.
No, it is not.
Oh, by the way, Wayne, since you're passing me the +3, I'm passing you my +1, just so that way you
So-
can like use it or sell it.
Here's what I'll
Yeah,
do
if you want.
have the Ring of Mind Shielding.
Okay.
Even though it, as an item, does not give you immunity to Charmed, I will give you advantage against Charmed.
Alright.
However, I think you might actually already have that. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, because I'm an elf. And I think everybody is gonna have that because elf, except
Well-
for Lennon, who probably doesn't have the slots for it.
yeah, he already has advantage to the charm condition, right?
Who?
Well, yeah, because elf.
Literally everyone has advantage on the Charmed condition.
Except for.
Except for
I assume that's
Lennon.
pointing to Lennon.
Yeah.
Who
So I
who
guess
focuses
technically it
Linden?
might not be very helpful for you.
Yeah. And I don't really have
Alright.
a good
We're going
other
to
item to
just give
attune
Timur
with.
the last catnap so we can get his spell slots.
Um,
we will move on.
I'm gonna say I don't
Uh,
think I'm pretty sure infusions swap out on a long rest, not a short rest. But let me make sure. Yes, it is when finished long rest. Dang. So yeah, I get kind of nothing on a short rest.
So you guys take 10 quick minutes. In that time frame, we're gonna see how well some of the students are. They're very good. So some of the alchemical students, or they're technically transmutation students, but they're trained in alchemy as well. They're able to brew up a handful of healing potions in the 10 minutes that you guys have here. And we're going to say... That's actually crazy. I rolled 2 nat 1s in a row there.
Well,
Oh no.
Okay. So, you guys are each able to get a greater healing potion.
Thank you.
A greater.
A singular greater healing potion.
And this is
then-
each
this is
or party. Each or party? Party.
Every single one of you gets one of these. So each
Oh, okay.
person.
Each person in the party.
Each person
Gotcha.
in the party, including NPCs, I will add it to their sheets. And then you guys, as a party, get 2 superior healing potions. You guys decide who they go to.
Mm. One should go to Linden.
So we each get a greater.
Does anyone veto that? I think Linden should get a superior for sure.
I see no
I think
reason not
Wayne.
to.
No, I think Wayne gets it, right?
No, I picked up the ones off of the other dude.
That's right. You got the Supreme. Yeah.
I got a Supreme and 2 Superiors.
Dude, I
Do we
did
just
not
pass
realize Edmund had that many. Edmund has so many greater healing potions now.
Do we? We should pass one to
I'll
Vax,
take a
right?
superior.
No, we should
Oh
pass it to
yeah, we
Vax.
should pass. Vax should definitely take. Well, he gets a greater and a superior.
Yeah, but he's like running low
And
on
then-
lay on hands, right?
He has 35 hit points left. He's got 2 first level slots, 2 second level slots, 2 third level slots, and a 4th level slot.
He has
Okay.
35 hit points left? Out of what?
35 out of 90 lay on hands hit points.
Got
He
it.
has a total of 202 hit points, which he is
Good.
capped out on.
I think we
Good.
just give one to Vax just so that way he doesn't have to waste a spell slot on healing us, just in case.
Or healing himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll get a superior. Where's the other superior going?
I think one
I
of the
think
back
it's
okay.
ones. Yeah, let's give it to Rikus just because it seems like he's gonna get focused a lot.
Well,
Right.
the only healing potions I have on me is I have 2 regular healing potions and 1 greater. that
I
was
only
just
have the
given.
greater, if we're talking about numbers here.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
rock,
but
paper,
if you,
scissors, motherfucker.
No.
Just roll a
I just
d20
feel like
for
Rikus
it.
should get
Here, you and I
Okay.
will just roll a d20 for it and forge real quick. We'll just end the debate.
Alright.
Whoever gets higher gets it.
Let this be the
Even though neither of
one
us.
time I roll well. It's an 8.
That didn't take very much.
Jesus. Alright, Rikus gets it.
This is an unofficial, like, it's not written into our character sheets that Rikus is just consistently better than Sakir at everything. Sakir is legitimately better at Rikus at sometimes. Doesn't roll that
Yeah,
way.
and Sakir and Rikus just told the rest of the party that Sakir is like way stronger than he is. Essentially, he's like,
Man,
I may have been heir as ward of the war chief, but he was heir of the war chief's actual powers.
Okay, so as those are all passed out, those of you who were now wake up. Short rest done. You guys have attuned to your items. Wayne
we just
now
update
has,
that.
what do you have as your spell save DC? What, a 22 now? 23?
21.
21?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have +6 proficiency yet. For some reason, I thought you guys did. So, who needs healing still?
Nah, fine.
I'm at max.
I'm max.
I need 15 health.
Go ahead and take 16.
Okay.
Lynn, are you full out?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah. I'm just making sure all my stuff is updated properly.
I will also note to everyone, those temporary hit points given by the turret have now gone away. They only last for up to 2
Yepers.
minutes. At least that was
Yeah.
my intent. I don't know if that's noted on your turret, but...
I mean, I haven't like been starting combat with them as like a
Yeah.
courtesy.
Let me see if there is any other buff, anything that those here can give you before running off.
Quick question while you're looking at that.
Answer.
The arcane. So the Bloodwell vial says it gives +3 on attack to spell attacks, but I'm not seeing it apply to shock and grasp. I'm wondering if that's a.
Shocking
or-
grasp. That is
Oh no, it
because-
goes off of my melee, right?
Well, no, shocking
Well, it's a
grasp
melee
is a
spell
racial
attack.
Thing, I believe, for you. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so
gives
I
you
just need to remember to.
sorcerer spells.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to remember to add it. Then.
Yeah. Which I.
All right.
That is the thing, is that it will only apply it to spells of your sorcerer class. So anything that's not of your sorcerer class, racial ones, feats, will not gain that benefit. Or D&D Beyond won't give it that benefit.
Okay, I'll just have to remind myself then.
Alright.
Let's see if I can edit that.
So, as you all gather yourselves together to begin your descent into the Undercity, I think we're probably going to end it there. So here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of something.
The combat map.
I sure hope it's not on Forge because it still won't fucking load for me.
Load for you? Okay.
No.
That's too bad.
Someone else can take a glimpse of this.
I am looking. Uh-oh.
Take a screenshot.
Are you ready for Vampire Mansion
That'll be
2?
wild.
There you go.
Bloody Boogaloo?
All I have to do is complain, and it's about to load. And oh Jesus Christ, yeah, that is a ziggurat, huh?
So, who wants to cut off Max's head and put it on the ziggurat? I'm voting for Quentar.
We'll see.
I'm voting Varus.
So we'll have a bit of an introductory period before leading into this combat, but we'll be starting very soon
Yeah.
after next session, likely with you guys entering this antechamber.
You put a lot of detail into this. There's an upside down cross leading one from the
Hey.
sacrificial pit to the.
Look at it this way: if they do manage to sacrifice Vax, it won't result in as strong of a monster than what they did with Pax.
Probably not. And I will note these right here are some of the aqueducts from the other holes that are piped through the earth leading into the ziggurat. So these are not walls; you can walk underneath them. But
Okay.
yes, I did put about an hour into this before session 2. So
Looks great.
fun next session.
Mhm.
Good session. I was over.
Thanks, Zach.